We have the 2025 Kia EV3 here. Kia's new key. Kia's new front logo, front lights, 2025 rims, side mirrors, full door handles, rear lights, rear Kia logo with the camera on top, rear door handle. This is how much room we get in the back. The top, this is the side profile of the car. This is how much room we get in the back. This is the interior of the car. We have a wide infotainment tablet here. You have some buttons here to go to home, open maps, search, and go to media, and also the setup button here. And this is the volume button. Love it. Mid console, auto hold, parking camera, and some other options. Wireless phone charger, USB-C ports, physical air conditioning buttons. You also get the sunroof. You can also warm up your seat and your steering wheel on 2 levels. Quality of the interior. This part, plastic, 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 plastic. Door handles from inside. So 90% of the car is plastic. So today we have the Kia EV3 here, as you saw, quality of the car, how the car looks. And now we are going to be talking about the specs of the car and more experience that I had with this car. So this car comes in 2 versions, standard and long range. As much as I know, there might be other models, but we don't have it here in the Netherlands. The standard one goes around 400 kilometers and the long range goes almost 600 kilometers. The fast charging goes also within the 30 minutes from 10% to 80%, which is good and what we expect from new modern EV cars. But what I like about this car is that Kia managed to get 400 kilometers, as they said, of range with a 60 kilowatt battery on this car, on the standard one. And with a 80 kilowatt battery, they get the 605 kilometers, which is amazing. 0 to 100 of this car is 7 seconds, and the max speed is around 170 kilometers. The trunk, as you saw, was 460 liters, and the front is around 25 liters, which is enough for your charging cable. So we are taking this car for a drive, looking at right, there are cars, looking at left, there are more cars. But we got this. Experience that I had with this car is that the car itself, as a crossover, it has some good amount of room inside. Some other crossovers have much more room, but still it's not that bad. For the price of the car, the range is very good. What Kia has done in the last couple of years is great, because the design of the car, the exterior, when you look at it, it's pretty aggressive and nice looking car, which I like a lot about these new Kia cars. But you look at the back of the car, it does look a bit like the Volvo X30. I don't know, these cars start looking a lot similar to each other. This car does still have its own character and futuristic, of course. I like the rims a lot. Kia designed a pretty good rims last year, and last couple of years the cars are starting looking much more fresh, futuristic, with the good price range. Which I like a lot about the car is the 2 colored exterior, the black and white. I love these colors mixed together on the exterior. Of course, you still find a lot of parts that are plastic and it doesn't feel really premium that much, but for the price range is completely acceptable. As options, you have adaptive cruise control inside and all other normal options on the other car you can find. The steering wheel has buttons which are pretty good. You don't feel like you are missing anything on this car as well. So interior of the car, there are a lot of plastic used inside and it doesn't feel that premium at all. That's one of the issues that I had with this car. Like when you touch the body of the car, it feels very empty inside. It does make like this weird noise which I don't like about it. Like of course, the price is not that high, but I'm sure still Kia could have used some better materials, which gives the customer much more and better experience. Experience that I had with the battery and the range of the car, it was pretty close to the manufacturer's claim, and it's not that bad. I liked it. Even when you turn on the air conditioning, it's not that bad as like early EV cars that we used to have. When you touch the roof, it's also a bit like not expensive material, which I don't like that much. The infotainment feels okay, nothing personal with it, but it's not also great that much. It can be much better still, but it does fit Kia's personality, of course. When I was driving this car, I felt like on the bumpy road, it might feel a bit like pretty stiff suspensions, because the car moves a bit too much sometimes when you hit a bump on the road. But it's not that bad, but it still does feel like it's not really that much of high quality suspension. But hey, in general, I can still say that for the price, the car has a really good range, okay quality, and it does the job. The main screen behind the steering wheel, you can see your range, how much kilowatt are you using for every 100 kilometers, how many hours you use the car, what was your average speed and stuff, and some more information right below. On the main screen, you see the air conditioning. On the infotainment, when you change it, of course, as I said, you can change it with these physical buttons, which are pretty simple to use, and you can see it here changing. Here you can also see the map. You can open the map. It's pretty good. It's not the fastest, but also not slow. And then you have home button, you go back. You have media, you can go to YouTube, entertainment. It's not allowed to do on this screen, but it's still pretty useful. On the settings, you can also find the settings about the EV, your car, layout, the screen, keyboard, and everything which other cars usually have. So the infotainment doesn't provide anything special, but it's still pretty good and solid. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, but it's not the best infotainment that you get on a car. The isolation inside of the car, you still do hear cars outside. It's not perfect, but it's also not that bad, because I have had Teslas which had worse isolation. You could have still hear a lot from outside. The car is pretty stylish. When you sit inside of the car, you feel like you're kinda in a smaller version of EV9, which is the flagship of this model, of course, this lineup, which I like a lot. When you compare this car to the competitor like EX30, ID3, still you can find this car on top, competing with the EX30 of Volvo, which is pretty good position. I would say this car feels better than ID3 a bit, and it feels a bit higher as well. ID3 feels a lot like a hatchback than crossover, but this car is just crossover feeling. Maybe a low crossover, but it's still pretty good. And when you compare the price also, the price of this one is kind of lower than the other ones. Also like the very boxy finish of the car, because the sides of the car are pretty boxy and very sharp looking. I hope this was enough information. Thanks for watching, guys.